Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Los Angeles Bellydance Academy. We are getting ready to start our dance class soon. So I'd like to take this moment to welcome. Remember that dance is an active sport, and it is your responsibility to know what your personal limits are and to dance at your own risk. So, hello everyone. Are you guys ready? We are going to have a wonderful class tonight. Glad you guys have started to gather here in our virtual dance studio. Just like with any dance class, I want to make sure that everybody is really feeling their feet nice and solid on the floor. Hi, Pepper. Hi, Erica. Welcome. So with your feet firmly planted on the floor, I want you to take a few moments. We're not going to rush through anything tonight, but just take a few moments to come to your center. And I want you to do that by taking some breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do it all together. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Just breathing and out. Again, take a deep breath in and exhale out. Continue to follow that pattern a couple of times. Make sure with each breath you're feeling a little bit more comfortable, you're feeling a little bit more aware of the body, and really feeling the connection of the feet deep into the floor is very important. So moving up the body, we are going to spend the next couple of hours together really giving a lot of energy and attention into the inner thighs. So we're going to say just right at the top of the legs, where the legs meet the trunk of the body, you are going to always and forever give that a big squeeze together. And that squeeze is really wonderful, beautiful feeling that actually will eventually feel like a rotation. Right? So for now, all you remember to do is squeeze. You're doing a great job. And later we'll learn to even take that into a wrapping sensation. But that's why it's important for your feet to work on their parallel position first, because then when you learn to wrap the inner thighs, everything just kind of lines up underneath, okay? So when we squeeze our inner thighs and our feet are parallel, what happens naturally is the hip bones get a little bit higher, closer to the shoulders, and the tailbone in the back seems to drop down. And that's going to be a really important position, so we're going to enjoy that. So just thinking about those things, the feet being parallel, the inner thighs squeezed together, the hip bones traveling up into the body, and the tailbone dropping down to the earth. Just those few simple things. Let's again take those, repeat those same breaths, new breaths, but similar breaths. In through the nose. Squeeze, stand up tall, exhale out through the mouth. Take another one, deep breath in through the nose. Excellent, and out through the mouth. Now don't give up on that squeeze, breathe in through the nose. Don't give up on that squeeze, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Keep squeezing, and breathe out. So, now in our minds, we're gonna lock that one in, okay? So that's probably gonna be the one big constant for the rest of our time together, is really allowing the feet to feel comfortable touching the ground, feel earthy, feel grounded, and a lot of squeeze in the inner thighs, lifting the hips up. Now after that, we're going to be doing a lot of manipulation, a lot of breathing, and a lot of moving. So we just first start off with a little bit of focus on what's happening down here in the body. All right, so we have our first warm-up, and then we're going to go into a few deeper stretches, and then we'll move on to some of our movements. So you know this, we're going to take a deep breath in, arms go up over the head, breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to drop all the way down, drop over, and very good. So when you get down here, all you need to do is relax. Relaxing should be fairly easy. You're just going to now kind of move side to side, shake it out, wiggle if you need to, kind of get all that tension out of the body, out of the body, out of the body. So we're going to make sure that we squeeze our inner thighs. That's going to, remember, always break the tailbone down and under, and we slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, and then we breathe in again. Arms fly up in the sky. Lead with the heart, drop all the way down. Exhale when you tuck in, and then take a deep breath in, glance forward, look out, and now we're going to stretch nice and long, and exhale all the way down and roll up again. Let's do that a few more times. Breathe in, arms up. Exhale, and all the way down. Pull the tummy into the lower back, tuck it in. Excellent, deep breath in, glance forward. Long spine. Drop over and roll up. Let's do it one more time just to make sure. Here we are. We fully have arrived. We're going to get into the center line of our bodies. Lots of breathing. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Stretch that line super long. Exhale down. Good job, dancers. And roll up. Tuck it under, tuck it under, tuck it under. Excellent. So we're going to reach out, just side to side. Pretty easy, just change the weight. Now, inner thighs are going to squeeze together. We're going to breathe. Good job. Tucking our tummies in, we're going to change that movement into our spiral, just side to side, just side to side. Good. Inhale, same legs, new arms, just lifting the arms up and breathe. Good. Last one, same move, just again, new arms. But we're squeezing the inner thighs and dropping down real low. Let's go again a little faster. 1, 2, getting shorter movement. 3, 4, let's go spiral, and 1, 2, 3, keep breathing. 4, lift up, and 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, 4, keep your feet firmly planted on the floor, inner thighs squeezed together. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, feet together. Now, we're going to take a deep breath in. When we take this arch, it's only the upper back, opening up the heart. And when we exhale, we tuck into the chest, and we curve, and we roll everything all the way down. Flat back up. When you come up, squeeze the inner thighs. Let's do it again. Breathe in. Exhale. Tuck it in and under. All the way down. Flat back up. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in. Open up. Exhale, roll down. Flat back out and up. Excellent. To the top. Breathe in, drop your shoulders, and tuck your heels on the floor. Breathe in, and tuck your heels on the floor. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Up and down, and down. Down with the arms. Little tap, little tap, little tap. Breathe in, up. Good. Get that nice firm feeling on the ground. Squeeze the inner thighs. Drop the shoulders. Ah! Stay up. You can do it. You can do it. Squeeze the inner thighs. Look to the right. Look center. Woo! Look. I guess I can say to the other side. There we go. Exhale. Head circle. Breathe in. Exhale. Reverse. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Shoulder circles. And 1, 2, 1, 2. Big shoulders with your elbows. Smile. Forward. Elbows. Good. Shake it out. Shake it out. We're going to go deeper. So we're going to squeeze the inner thighs. Tuck the tailbone under. You can see my feet on the floor. So we'll do little pulses. We're going to lift up one heel. We switch to the other heel. Tuck the belly button in. Both heels up. 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest circle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reverse. Stay deep in your plie. Keep squeezing your inner thighs and smile. Good. Hips go around. Big hips, just breathe through that movement. Breathe it around. Good. Reverse. Are you staying in plie? I hope so. Let's stay down there. Little bounces. Back to the bounces. And 1, 2. Pull up as you go down. Pull up, pull up. One heel up. Smile. Second heel up. Switch. Are you smiling? Both heels up. Good. Back to chest circles. Loosen it up faster. Faster. Reverse.
With the hips, just circle. Big movements in the hips. Breathe. Reverse. Good. Let's do it again. Little pulses down. Breathe. Pull it in your tummy. Lift it up. Good job. Switch. Both up. Yes. Sit. Last time. Circle. Around. All right, so we have it in. Let's get that hip bone under. Stretch to the side. Contract in the center. Up. Tailbone under. Stretch to the side. Are you staying low? Exhale. Good. Let's do it again. Get lower, get deeper. Exhale. Last time. We're going to warm up those muscles. Get ready for our shimmies. Good. Shake it out, shake it. So here. Sit up nice and tall. What can I say? Let's stand up tall. And even though the most obvious thing that happened was I lifted one leg, let's go for the connection for the leg to the floor. That leg is going to squeeze so much of my inner thigh that it's going to tuck my tailbone under even more, give me a nice sturdy platform. So this leg can just resty rest. Relax and resty rest, right? Relaxed. This one doing all the work. So let's pull that back and in. Stand up nice and tall. Excellent. We're going to lift the leg up. And then we're going to kick that leg back. Pull the tummy in. Keep the hips nice and square. Breathe in. Good. Are you smiling? Take a deep breath in. Arms go up into the sky. Now, when we go forward, I want you to pretend like someone's pulling on your fingertips. We always get longer as we go down. And then at the bottom, we're going to add a little bit of a spiral. So make sure you stack up those shoulders. Make sure you breathe into this move. Breathe in through the nose. And if you're feeling delicate like a flower, you should just give your wrist a little twirl, right? So the arm comes down, it picks it up, it pushes up into the sky, and then quickly you come back to that crossing. Use those inner thighs, use those lats. Can we get up to the releve? Push it down, push it down, push it down. All right. Okay, I tried. Other foot. So remember, on the other side, we're going to totally feel different. So we got to like register that feeling. What's different? Stronger, not strong, falling, not falling. But we're going to reach for the same, eventually the same kind of both sides. So keep that pulling in, keep that inner thigh nice and tight. Make these muscles work for it all night long. Here we go. Stretch it out. Pull it into your tummy. Smile. Good. Little bounces. You're going to lift up. Take a deep breath in. Open up your heart. And exhale. You go a long line out and down. Once you get to the bottom, you're going to spiral. And you can turn that hand. Good. You drop the hand to the back. You bring it up. Kick into the ground. Back to passe. Up to releve. You can get there. All right. Good job, good job. So let's just stand on one leg, and we're going to roll that ankle. Stand up tall. Good. Out to the side, out to the back. Now reverse. Roll the ankle, smile. Strong supporting leg out to the side. That's your diagonal. And last one to the front. Good. Other side. Stand up nice and tall. Don't slouch in the hips. Stand up tall. Let's roll the ankle. The side. To the back. Use that supporting leg, stand up real tall, reverse the direction to the side, to the front. Good, so up, down, up, down, up, plie, and again, up, down, up, up, and two more times. Keep breathing, up, down, up, plie. Oops, I forgot to use my arms. Next time, up, down, and down, double time. Goes, push down, up, and down. Again, push down, up, and two more times, up, and one more time. Keep going, squeeze, push down, squeeze, and good. Shake it up. So, all of that work should get us somewhere close to understanding the Monday night move, the Egyptian shimmy. Call it whatever you want. Yeah, you can call it whatever you want, but I'm sure you want to practice it a little bit. So, thank you for giving me such a good warm-up. That was just the warm-up. So here we are, moving into our first move of the evening. I really want you to see that this movement can be very natural if the ankle alignment and the knee alignment is where it needs to be after lots of work, right? So maybe in the beginning, the Egyptian shimmy can feel a little frustrating for us, but fine-tuning the alignment gives us a nicer place always to stand and give this easy, beautiful, wonderful, fun, fantastic shimmy. So, the shimmy that we're working on right now is our Egyptian shimmy. The Egyptian shimmy is done in a posture that I personally like to say is a straight leg posture. We can compare that to plie, so we know that it's not a bent knee posture. So, what I'm doing while my knees are straight may fool you, because I just told you that I wasn't bending my knees. However, what I mean is, I haven't changed the way my body is relationshiped to the floor, right? I'm standing up in my tallest position, and in this tall position, I'm allowing my knees to kind of make a walking motion, which incorporates a bend, but I want to concentrate on something higher than my knees. So sometimes, at times, I describe this motion like walking. So if you stood there and you turned and you let right knee, well, actually I say it's like walking, but your feet are glued to the ground. And depending on what point I'm trying to make, sometimes I say, there's gum in your mouth and it's glued your feet to the floor. But only in special circumstances. So, in the beginning, you may have a nice kind of slow rhythm. This movement may trick you. It may make you want to think it's fast. But don't be tricked at all. This is going to be a nice, I'll say rhythmic. I won't say slow, I won't say fast. I'll say rhythmic. It has to express the best tempo for your body. So your body and my body, not the same body. So we will choose to maybe make it a different rhythm. However, I don't think a rhythm goes, right? We want something to be in a rhythmic pattern for an extended period of time. So that's why I'm just taking my time right now with you to go through just the basic of Egyptian shimmy. So, when Egyptian shimmy is in a straight leg position, the tummy is tucked under, the hip is feeling like it's dropped down, and when you have it like that, when your tummy is under and your hips are down, you're able to drop the weight low. Like I said, maybe it feels like walking. If you figure the energy in your spine, from the point that you squeeze your inner thighs, let's think of there being a little lifting up. I don't want you to focus on it too much. But if the body can feel airy, meaning it feels a little lifted up, you're able to still push your feet through the floor, which is an important part. That's where we started the class. We don't want to give that up. But pushing down helps me lift just a little. Wonderful. Are you going to keep the shimmy? Do you promise not to stop the shimmy? Good. Don't stop. Let's let the hands roll. Keep that shimmy nice. Let's say like almost like as big as you can. Open that shimmy. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Don't let the shoulders raise up at all, and don't let the fingers get tension. Let that energy flow past all the way through. Wonderful. Just like I'm pulling in at my belly button and it's flowing out through my fingertips. Good. Cross in the center. Smile. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wonderful. Take the hands back open. Keep that Egyptian shimmy. Keep it in motion. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wonderful. Now, when we add the new movement, we're going to send the hands around in a circle, but we're never going to let go of that extension through contraction. So it stretches out and gives it back. Smile, stretch it in. Exhale out. Good job. Bring it into the center. The legs should almost be an afterthought by now. We're just letting that Egyptian shimmy stay rhythmic and soft. Let's go ahead and cross the wrists in the center. Good, and smile. Pull the energy into your belly button. Stand as tall as you possibly can. Don't stop breathing, you can do it. Keep going, keep going. Open up. Good, keep that shimmy going. Good, let's bring the arms soft, bring them in. 3, 4, 5, 6, stay center, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can breathe in when the arms come in. 1. Breathe out. Big shimmy, double time, double time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe. Good, good. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Are you counting? 5, 6, 7. 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Keep that shimmy going. 6, 7, and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, last time. Breathe out. Wonderful. Is that shimmy still going? Bravo, bravo. We're going to be doing a lot of shimmies, so let's just keep those shimmies going. We're standing nice and tall. They can be an afterthought. They can be relaxed. So, with the shimmy still in motion, now you know if it's really like too much at any point, you just break the shimmy. But here we are, my arms are forward from my center. Do you see that in the mirror? They're not straight out to my side, they're forward in my center. Yeah, forward, forward, forward. That's gonna give me access to the muscle in my lat. Push down, keep the shimmy going. Push, keep that shimmy going. Push. Good job. Don't stop the shimmy. Push. Should we go a little faster? Side, 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 side. How about faster goes? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you feel that movement happening in the side of the body, in the back? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2. How's that feeling? All right. Keep the shimmy going. Gotta keep that tailbone tucked under. So here's a little bit of a challenge. Can you push forward? It almost takes you to lengthen the back. Bring it back. Lengthen. Back. And 1, 2, 1, 2. Change your weight, a little forward. Push, pull back. Push, pull back. Push, pull back. Are you smiling? Are you breathing? Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. We're not rushing. We are relaxing the shimmy. We're feeling our feet push against the floor. Breathing and smiling. Wonderful. Now, lift up. You can find that lift up. Breathe in. Notice, no weight change, no weight change. Lift up, drop down, lift up, drop down. Keep the shimmy going. Up, and up, and up, and. Let's string into the center. Up, up, smile. Good. Let's make a circle. Front, front. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's switch the circle. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now let's do the vertical circle. Push down. Push down. Push down. Push down. Reverse. Keep breathing. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Good. Keep shimmying. Just bring your arms into the center again. Exhaling out. Good. Let's shake it out. Let's shake it out. How's that feeling? Do you like the forever Egyptian shimmy? Forever Egyptian shimmy? Dancers, the key here is to continue to, how do you say, let's work the muscle. Let's strengthen the muscle, and let's kind of figure out where that muscle is. There we are, there's the end of the song. So here's the thing, dancers. Let's analyze where we're tired, and let's look and feel inside of ourselves where we need to maybe add the work. So it's going to be natural that you will be just doing the best you can. So bravo for that, you showed up, right? Like task number 1, success. And there's gonna be a lot more success to come. But when we're looking at this movement and you're new to the movement, we want to see where we're slightly off success so we can kind of gear ourselves to get there faster. So, if your quads are tight, it's no good. If your ankles feel tight and restricted, no good. If your toes feel tight and restricted, no good. So the only part of my body when I'm in an Egyptian shimmy that's getting ever so slightly tired, and that's the beauty of Egyptian shimmy, is really no part of my body is getting that tired at all. That's why I'm able to add the layers and kind of focus on other things. I was making a sandwich, you guys just didn't notice. So here in the inner thighs, that's kind of what I consider to be where the motor is at. My knees, what I feel like they do is they kind of express the movement more behind rather than in front, because if I felt like my knees were moving front, I think I'm more likely to be staying in plie. And here's the point, I want you to have all the moves. So don't just learn one shimmy and that's all the shimmies kind of mixed together and then you have shimmies, I do all of them together, right? So sometimes we accidentally take the plie shimmy and we try our best to be like, look, I'm doing it up here. No, Egyptian shimmy, stand up really tall and do not let the hips swing side to side like a teeter-totter at all, right? It's a new movement, it's a different movement, and it's our movement that gives us the most relaxed feeling, okay? The most airy of the shimmies, right? Egyptian shimmy. So, the quality of this beautiful Egyptian shimmy motion can also be when we use a single leg, so please keep out for that, because we will be adding some movements, and when the time is right, we're gonna get that single shimmy in there. For me, in my body, the way I find all of my shimmies first is I don't find it in the body, I find it in the foot, in the connection. So even when I'm standing right above myself and I'm gonna do an Egyptian shimmy, I feel it connected down there. Feet, dare I say even tap, and then there's my shimmy. It springs out of touching the ground. When I maybe just want to be on one leg, same thing, but if I go to the back leg and perhaps I just want, you know, a single leg shimmy here, I don't think that I'm going to get this muscle, I'm not like that. But what I can do is push down into the ground, down. Like I don't want to kill a bug, but I don't know what I can crunch underneath my foot that's worth it. Things I don't like, but I don't even want to waste things either, so I never have a good analogy here. Crush it! I don't even know what to crush. But it's me pushing and connecting like I was wanting to crush something that would really give me access to that hip. Once I have that, now I can kind of start to let my body move around and flow. So when we get there, you'll remember that the Egyptian shimmy is the straight leg, right? So even here, I wasn't doing hips moving. In fact, I don't even think I would ever do that. Like one leg shimmy, one side, no, not for teeter-totter, it doesn't work. It's always the Egyptian. So we were here, we were moving our chest side to side. We're ready to continue all of our chest motions, but before we get further down, we're going to add those shimmies into the motion. So the shimmy is the spiral movement. The spiral is important, probably the most important move for the health of our bodies. So I want you to really just love this move and call it what it is. It's a spiral, yet we can also say it's a twist. Okay, you could probably just make up your own words for it too, but sometimes it's fun to call it spiral. spiral, because that's what I'm going to call it. And actually, I think it's spiral if we do the thing that we should be doing, which is squeezing the inner thighs, brace the hips so that the upper body will move around the lower half independent. So I'm not letting my hips go with me. I'm going to squeeze everything all the way through up here and just the upper body. Now, notice I'm not twisting like I'm the exorcist or anything, right? Like it's just a little diagonal. Ta-da! It's not that big and it's fabulous. It's not that big, but it's fabulous. And I go to the other side and when we go, well, it's not that big, but it's definitely fabulous. And actually, when then I start going from one side to the other side to the other side, you see that the movement looks bigger instead of just doing the single. So another little tippy tip that I want to give you is that your collarbone essentially should be straight, and this shirt is kind of I like to wear clothes that demonstrate what I'm asking of everybody, so you can see like if I really like write this down. Probably put it back up because there's no one's going to stay down there. But I'm not going to, right? I'm going to always keep everything relaxed right here through my shoulders. Tiki, 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 right? If I go and do this move and I want to walk around and I want to take my arms straight out to the side, it's very difficult. I don't like the way I feel. I don't feel like dancing. I'm not into it. However, if I bring my arms up into the front, I get to tuck my abs into my lower back while I smile. That always makes me smile. And now I'm ready to move it or lose it, right? I'm ready to dance. Over here, it's a cock-a-doodle do not. Over here, we go, let's do it all the time. Energy, fantastic, feeling good, and breathing, okay? So, we're gonna add the same movements we did before. We did slides first. When we push our slides, essentially that's a lateral movement. So if I wanna get my demonstration, I don't need to show you my shoulders, but I need to demonstrate the line. When I squeeze under my armpit, boom, it takes one side up, boom, it takes the other side up. So if I was shimmying on top of that, you got that. 2, 3, 4, you did great. So when I go forward and back, that's squeezing in the back. You'll know what to do, we'll be here. We'll go forward and back, and forward and back. And what was the last one? Up into the body, down. Up into the body, down. So, depending on what you ate today, it may be smaller or bigger, depending on what you ate yesterday, right? So that's kind of an internal motion. I'm just making a joke about what you ate. But you want to be able to breathe that motion in and pull straight up against your spine instead of the one that we were going to do previously, which is push forward by squeezing at your back. Forward. So everything has an opposite feeling, opposite feeling. After that, here comes the feet. Now, sorry, I know you can't see my feet from this view. Sorry. But what I think that we can do together as we're studying the videos is to understand that the feet are going to participate in the rhythm. So dancers, if we just had like the doom tech, doom tech, doom tech, kind of slow, but we just had doom tech, doom tech, doom tech. I better pick up the rhythm. Doom tech, 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 doom tech. Now, if I add the two-step, doom tech, doom tech, doom tech, doom, and doom tech, doom tech. The only one left is that 3. We'll get the 3. Cha-cha-cha, 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 cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You could do this in place, don't worry. And cha-cha-cha, a cha-cha-cha, a cha-cha-cha, a cha-cha-cha. When you're doing the cha-cha-chas back, we'll be doing this all night. We'll do it in pliés, we'll do it with different things, so just know that we'll be doing the same foot pattern all night. That's why I'm going over them now. Thank you for joining me at the Los Angeles Bellydance Academy. I'm Stefanya, for those of you who just came to class, I guess. Or you can always remember two things. You can change the gear and have a better view, but you gotta change it because they stream low. That's what YouTube does. You can give it a thumbs up. I'll be very appreciative. And then there was something else that was like techie, which was, oh yeah, you can reverse. You wish you could do that to me live. You'd be like, pause. Forward. All right, back to cha-cha-cha. So you're gonna go, it doesn't matter which foot, just be rhythmic with it. I'm gonna start with the right each time. To you, it's gonna look like the left, but as you wish. Step back, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's get this party started. We are doing our shoulder shimmy. So to get that good big shimmy in, you gotta make a big twist by squeezing the inner thighs, having the arms forward from your center line, faster, smaller shimmy. And good. Are you squeezing your inner thighs? We're just gonna practice our releve. Push up, drop down, and smile. Push up. And I'm just pushing my toes to the floor. Up, drop, up, drop, up, drop, up. Keep going. Light, relax on the top. Good job. All right, we're looking for that lat. We're ready to push down. One side. You don't have to lift anymore. Side, 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 side. Push down, push down. Hey. Push down, push down. Good. Keep going. When you feel tired, you just smile. You breathe more. You don't stop. To the front. Front, back. Front, back. Squeeze your inner thighs. Pull your spine forward. Relax. Forward, back. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. You can do it. All right. One more. On the up. Pull it up. Drop, up, drop, up, drop. Keep smiling, up, drop, up. Get stronger. Good. So, shimmy, 1, 2, 3. Open, close. Right, 2, 3. Don't stop. Left, 2, 3. Back it up. 1, 2, 3. It's fast. 1, 2, 3. Open, close. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Back it up, back it up. 1, 2, 3. Forward. Open, close. Good. Back it up, cha-cha-cha. Forward. Good, good. Stay here. We're going to add a little plie. So before we had up, but now we have a down. 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 You're going to pull that shoulder in, drop it down, bring it up. Up. Other side. And up. Plie. Again, down, 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 down. Last time, left side. Keep smiling. Shouldn't be easy. We should be getting a little bit of a workout. Get that plie and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, close, side to side. Keep shimmying and breathe. Other side. Back it up. Cha-cha-cha. They have to be small, little. Cha-chas. Again. 1. And Back it up, cha-cha-cha, ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. 2 more times. Open. Keep going, dancers. Keep smiling, keep going. All you got is your cha-cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, ta-ta-ta. How does that feel for your arms? It should feel really nice on your inner thighs too. I'm so glad everybody's joining me tonight. Thank you guys. Welcome. Squeeze those inner thighs. We were up in our arms, but now let's just, before we get all the way out, let's do some flowy motions inside the shoulders. So feet together, squeeze the inner thighs. You're gonna come up through the center line of the body. The movement actually starts here, all the way up. Your shoulders lift up, elbows, wrist, and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, breathe in. Good. I want you to just add that little shimmy, Egyptian shimmy, right under this nice little soft, kind of almost like a little bird. Maybe something, I don't know, the bird a little too much. Just a single arm, just the other arm. If I add a twist, get my little shoulders in there, side to side. Up and over with the shoulder, take your time, up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. Just with the rib cage, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep going, 1. All right, let's stay just in the arms here. Let that shimmy go for a second. So dancers, we've done the twist. We've done the up. So now let's draw that same in a box. Twist, lift, twist, drop. Twist, lift, twist, drop. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Smooth it out. When it becomes a smooth motion, it should be feeling like, it doesn't matter what tempo you're going, but this motion is going to just be so fluid into the next circle, right? So that's like a really infinitive move, always, over and over. One side squeeze, the other side squeeze, one side squeeze. So even when I'm coming down my leg, I have to stay close to my center, squeeze on each side. As an individual, you can make this move look as you wish, especially for your body. Like, do you like it with the flat back? We should really know that this movement is always coming from the continuation of the twist, lift, twist, drop. Twist, lift, twist, drop. Right? I gotta have it deep in the center. I have to feel that. I would say that the center pull to the center, so I get this nice spiral around the middle of my body. Come on, dancers, you can do this. Let's do this together. Come on. This is good for our tummies. It's good for our inner thighs. And look how beautiful it is for your dance. While I have this arm movement in motion, I can add something as simple as the plie, like perhaps where I hear the do, 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 do. Yeah. Remember our arms, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roll back, 1, 2, 3, 4, push out, roll back for 2, 1, and up, 2, and push, roll back, 1, push out, roll, 1, and good job. So remember, you have the snake arms that just flow forward. They restart every time from the center of the body out. And we have a second move, still coming from the center of the body, but it doesn't just go forward, it always returns back into the body. 1, 2. So you use that spiral, bring it down and back. Once we get so good at that move, you can do that one. Does that sound like fun? All right, so take a drink of water after all that. And later we'll work on our forward shoulder shimmy. And I think camels are coming next. Camels are coming next. Grab a drink of water. Don't forget to like it if you like it. All right. So actually, we're good. So when we get started with these camels today, from the very beginning, we are going to start with the shimmy. It's a shimmy night. Everything we do with the shimmy. And I will say that in the camel, like later, you could probably do the end of the camel and a plie shimmy, but I'm not interested in that right now as the practice. So if you want to stay with what my intentions are, I'm going to have my Egyptian shimmy rocking and rolling. If your heels are coming off the floor, I would tell you to not, under any circumstances. Hi, Maki. Yay! Okay, yay. I thought they were question marks. I was like, what's your question? No, it's yay! So when I am standing for my Egyptian shimmy, I want my feet as this platform down. Can you see kind of like my not so great posture? Hi, Erica. That if I push into the floor, I'm going to get a little bit of better posture, and really that into the floor meant I squeeze my inner thighs. As this feeling, the feeling is I have power, I have presence, I have some body in here. Here's my body. I'm not here, right? I'm standing up, and I'm standing up tall. Now, this body is a body language of let's do this, let's go, this is power, this is time, this is it, right? And I just want to take that moment to acknowledge that you may be a very good actor, and as dancers we always are, because we don't always emotionally feel the same as this dance posture may, and so maybe it's not inauthentic, if that makes sense. Like,
to be dancing, we need to be kind of in a state of mind as an actor, because if you just want to stand like how you feel today, it's going to be really hard to create the practice that is going to benefit you. And that's why we're here, so that we can do things that really benefit us. And it's a great time to go through things slowly with a lot of practice and a lot of repetition. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some great performances on the other side of all this. So as my Egyptian shimmy is just finding its nice comfortable rhythm here, I feel like my feet push down into the floor, and I feel that my hips are rising up to the sky. That's giving me a little bit of space between those two spots. Now, here's the camel. The camel is, I want you to lean forward a little bit, lean back a little bit, lean forward a little bit, lean back a little bit. I don't really want you to lean forward so much that your legs change their speed or change their rhythm. Now, I did actually make one mistake, so let's correct the mistake that I made. You can follow me in this particular exercise at this particular moment. I did have the intention that I wanted you to practice with a little bit more space. It's still parallel, just forward and back, just a little bit of opening up, so that when you take this forward and back, you'll feel it a little bit more dramatically. And you're all right just a little bit if this heel comes off the floor, but don't try to do it as a thing, right? Because you're gonna come back down to the heel. So you're gonna go forward with the breath in, exhale, breath out. Forward with the breath in. Did I make my point? Exhale and get the breath out and tuck it all under. So dancers, let's be long-winded with all this. Let's take our time. Let's keep that shimmy going. Let's take our time. Yeah, here we go. So I have my shimmy and I have my feet slightly apart. Before I start to shimmy, I'm remembering, or excuse me, before I start the camel, I'm remembering that I'm squeezing the inner thigh. That inner thigh takes my pelvis, sets it up nice and straight. We go forward, we breathe in. Go back, we breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And breathe in, breathe out, nice and slow. Breathe in, breathe out. Double time. In, out. In, out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Double time. 1, 2. Just feel that rock, pull back, rock, pull back. 1. Hey, nice job. Go. Big, back. Breathe in, take it a long time to get back there. Here we go. A little bit faster, back. Forward, back. Breathe, smile. Good. Double time smaller. Toes, heels. Rock it forward and back. Excellent. Now, dancers, it doesn't matter which foot is forward and back. It doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. But you can switch if you got tired of that foot being in front, okay? Next move is the same move, just going to the back, front, back, front, smile, exhale, forward, don't stop, exhale, front, exhale, front. To the heels, over, heels, over, heels, over, heels. Double time goes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Reverse. Front, back. Hold, back, front. Again, a few times. Front, back, change your weight,
Rock forward and back, hold, back front, keep going, back front, smile, back front, and front, back, toes, heels, back front. 2 more times. Backing up. Keep that shimmy loose. Did you get every single one of those in there? I hope you did. Keep that shimmy going. Keep that shimmy going. Tuck, back, tuck, back, tuck, back, tuck, back. So, really here dancers, notice the first thing I'm doing is actually just the slide. The slide is also going to incorporate tailbone pulling under. And then all that, I have my shin. Under, up, under, and under, and front, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Keep going. Get it back there. Get it back there. Get it back there. Woo! Hey, are you staying in there? Are you hanging in there? Are you doing it? We stretched out the legs. We tried to get them tired before we started. How you feeling? You need a drink of water? Take a drink of water, dancers. Let's just see if we can do it like that. As we step forward, let's do our reverse. Those are our singles. Reverse goes forward. 1, 2, 1. Camels down. 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 1, 2. And 1, 2, 3. And under. Up and over. Again. Chop, chop, chop. And up and over. Woo! I messed up. Hey dancers, instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so fast, let's go tap, 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 tap. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get it? Camels down. Tap, 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 tap. 5, 6, 7, 4, 1, 2, 3, side to side, and 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Side to side, open, close, camels down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Back, 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 back. Did you get it? 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Down, 2, 3. All right, so if you go straight forward, we'll tuck back. Back down the other way. Back, 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 back. And 1 and 2. No shimmies here, but I guess we're going to add them coming up. No shimmies yet. So downstairs, we were in our shimmy, and then we did the feeling of front and back, right? So now I want to take the roll out of it, and I want to go a teek, teek, teek. I don't know how that describes movement, but it does for me today. So I'm just going to pull it back, and back, and back, and back, and back, and back. That's the 360 view of let's take it back. Now, it is totally awesome if you try really hard to tuck it back while tucking in your abs. I say good job. However, it may be a little bit better if that's your secondary go-to muscle contraction. Your primary is the inner thighs pulling under. So you want to use the legs tuck down and under, tuck down and under, tuck down and under. So when I'm tucking down, secondary after I pull is push, push, push. Now, when your pushing is happening, your weight is going backwards into the heel. And I love this wonderful feeling of kind of like tilting a little bit, tilting back and forth. And if I was doing back on the Egyptian shimmy, that tilt, it's really fun and it makes it kind of easy to do, because if I'm straight-legged here, see how like pushing into the ground is pulling my hips up? When I'm bent, it's kind of harder to feel that. Here, just like actually like tilting against the floor, tilt under, tilt under. For me, most of my movements are just about, you're so sweet. Oh, I was gonna make this sound, but I better not because somebody owns it. Maybe I'll act, anyway. Thank you. Thank you for liking my outfit. Tucking under, tucking under, tucking under, tucking under, right? So we got that little shimmy and we're getting squeeze and under. So when the weight shifts back, that's going to be the moment of the tuck. So here we are, I have a seesaw, a teeter-totter, a one leg and then the other leg. And when I go to the back, that's my tuck. Tuck, 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 tuck. Why is my arm here? Huh? Because it looks good, right? That's why. Did you know that? That's why my arm's there, because it looks good. 6, 7, step it back, tuck back, tuck back, tuck back, tuck back, tuck back. Now, when I go to the front position, the front of my teeter-totter should feel strong and pulled up, not necessarily like pop out. But the beauty and the magic of dance is most of it looks like an illusion. So what you may attach yourself to visually when you see this in the beginning is what happens on the out, because also we'll put it on the beat. But here, remember that it kind of goes, and that's your pow, and then it goes neutral, and neutral, and neutral, and neutral, and neutral, and neutral. Now, best advice I was ever given, probably not, was that when this foot, the replacement of that foot down It's important that you don't like actually teeter-totter. Can you see my feet are apart here? Let's see. That you don't actually teeter-totter like this. That the foot that's coming down, and it's not the foot that I connect to make the back contraction, but the foot that's coming down to the floor replaces right under and next to that tuck under foot. So even though I'm thinking of it forward, my weight changes right underneath, and I think that's a really important point. And if that's something that we should work on more, make sure you leave me a little comment or send me a message and say, it was a good point, it was a bad point, you got it, you didn't get it, and then how or why we should go over it more, or maybe we should never do it again. I don't know. So, we are actually gonna do it again. So, the combo goes down to one side. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and circle, and 6, and 7, and 8, right? Other side. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, around, 5, and 6, and 7, and switch. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and hold. 1, 2, 3. Did you get it? Did you get it? Let's do it together. Then we'll add the shimmy. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step back. Most of it is the squeeze under. That's it. I'm just twisting my hips. But the movement is always in my heel to toe. Hits the ground, push, 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 push. All right, so basically the last part of this is to understand maybe where the shimmy's at. I think the shimmy is after you tuck that. It's almost like the rhythm of 3, the 3/4. Ta ta ta, ta da da da, ta da da da, ta da da da. Now, if I wanted the same, like a 3/4. Ta-da-da, 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 ta-da-da. I would get that motion by pushing down into the floor, right? Pushing down, ta, ta. I'm not really wanting us to do both sides yet. I really just would like us to do the back side and feel that when we come down, that this muscle is gripping and relaxing. Ta-da-da, ta-da-da. Pull, pull. And when we go to the other side, we're using the other back leg and we're pulling it back, relax, back, relax, back, relax, back, relax. So when I pull it under, gotta have that loose, gotta be loose. Can you feel it loose? Can you feel it right under loose? Can you feel it push against the ground? I wouldn't be able to do that looseness or any of it if I didn't have my leg on the ground. So it's right when the motion, right when the leg touches the floor, right when that motion happens, you're gonna squeeze and tuck your tushy under. Squeeze it under, relax. Squeeze it under, relax. Squeeze it under, relax. Squeeze it under, relax. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. All in the leg. You want to try it with the music? All right, here we go. One last time, one last time. Back, 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 around. 2, 3, other side. 1, 2, 1, 2, other side. And oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. I'm gonna let everybody stop for like 5 minutes. Get a drink. When we come back, we're gonna start moving the hips. You know those twisty twists, so if you need a little cookie, get a cookie. Everybody like the stream, share it with your friends. Let me know if you have any questions. So excited everybody's joining me. Thank you guys, how are you?
right, dancers, let's get started again. After a little break here. So we're going to start in plie, and now we're going to get our hips moving. So once we sink down deeper into the ground, we need to know that we're going to give access to the hips to come straight up into the body. Now, please remember, this is up and into the body, not with this weight change side to side or even any kind of twist in there. So if in the beginning, it actually just is a whisper of a move, a thought of a move, just a gentle inclination of a move, a small move is fine. No need for a big move, because actually what we'll learn is the movement will never get bigger, only the ability for us to squeeze the inner thighs and get tighter. That's all we got to work with, and so that is what we will be working with. So as we begin here, I want you to be able to sink down into plie. Plie means that you are squeezing your inner thighs, lifting up pretty tall, taking a plie down, and just side to side, right and left. Bring the arms out in front of the center line of the body. Good. Even press through those lats. Get those arms tight, strong. Yes. Push now. Push now. Faster. 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. Keep going. Good. With every motion side to side, I want you to remember that the belly button is pushing into the back. That pushing into the back gives life to the spine. Relax the arms. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to have to feel really comfortable in this position. So as we begin to move the arms, you just breathe. Those were in 8 counts each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And breath in. Breath out. Ooh. Good. And in. Same counts of 8. Stay low. Inner thighs connect with the floor. Breathe in. Take your time. Good. 2s. Right, 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 right. Push, release, push, release. 2 on each side. Right for 2, left for 2. Right for 2, left for 2. Right for 2, right for 2. Now lift the arm. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. Breathe in. Again, breathe in. Out. Good. Breathe in. Arm center. 2. Up, up. 1, 2. Push your belly button in towards your lower back. Don't stop. Keep it flowing. Breathe in. 2. It's okay. Good. Shimmy. Relax. Now, kind of imagine yourself in a little bit of a rocking chair here. I want you to tuck into that back side. So remember, I'm always saying that down in the heels, that gives you a little access to tuck under. I want you to tuck under a little bit more to relax the shimmy and open the motion. Breathe in for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Breathe in and count to yourself. Hup. Again. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Big, 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 big. Excellent. So keep it going. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Those
big hip movements are coming from tucking in, pressing the heels super deep into the floor, constantly pushing the belly button into the lower back. And as you take one more deep breath in, oh, we're gonna shake it out. All right, all right, all right. How'd that feel? How'd that feel? Good. So, what we're going to do is not necessarily made. Don't do this for your performance. But let's just take the basic movements in the hip, and we start with just the slide, which is just change the weight. Change the weight, and change the weight, and change the weight. How about at the end we do a shoulder? Change the weight. Why the shoulder? I don't know. Just seems like we should add something. Hey, oh, I winked too. Did you wink? Hey. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Good, keep going. 8. Other side. 6, 7, 8. Kind of keeps us counting our music. Good. And not a dance move, not for our rock sharky, just for our drills. We can practice the hips continuing to move and staying down and clear. Now, front, butt back. We can do the back. Not really the front, but the back. To the neutral, pull it back. I'm staying in my plie. Pull it back. Front, pull it back. Front, pull it back. Like a little contraction here in the hip. Pull it back. We see that there's just no reason to do the front, right? So when I have to the side, also I have the back. So what if I went to the side, through the back around the side? You're really going to have to keep up that tummy all the way back and around. And to the back, change the weight. To the back, change the weight. To the back, change the weight. Are you changing the weight? It's going to be so much easier. Remember, that was our little change of weight. And we're adding back. Back, changing the weight, back, changing the weight, back, smaller and faster, back, small, and back, and plie shimmy, not Egyptian shimmy. We can do the same move in Egyptian shimmy, but we're not. We're keeping those hips plie. So, plie hips. Next position would be our plie, elevate. Plie, elevate. Now, if we're going to do a plie, and we stay plie, I got mine down and up, down, and up. What is happening there? Can you see my knees? Do you see my knees? Maybe I will show my knees here. So, plie. When I go up, I have to go to my forced arch. Nothing changed. Down and up. Down and up. And up, you're not really going to see me go up, right? From the center to the down to the center, you should see that move. But when I add, let's say the heels off the ground, you're not going to see my head go higher. So, we have our plie shimmy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drop the arms. Plie shimmy. 3, 5, 7. Good. So, down, up, down, down, up, down. Keep going. Down, up, down, down, up, down. Keep going. Keep going. Up. Force arch. Good. Keep that plie shimmy going. That was really excellent. Good. Now, I want you to stretch your back into this plie shimmy. Just a little forward. Back. Keep the shimmy going. Stretch. Forward. 2 more times. Just feel the body stretch out from the hips. Feel the pull back, really the important part of that movement. Keep that plie shimmy going. Good. Twist, 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 twist. Twist would be all about keeping the center, inner thighs together. Twist, twist, twist. Are you in plie? Go back to the slow twist. Slow twist, pull it in. Keep those knees going. Good. So, our rhythm of the music dictates how fast my feet can go. Front, back, front, back. Using that plie shimmy. 3/4, 3 beats each step. Techie, 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 techie. With the first beat being the most important. Ha. 1, 2, 3. Feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Same move would just be the singles. So loose. They turn into 3/4. Ducky, 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 ducky. Finding the inner thighs, most important. Front and back, 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 front and back. You know what to do. Pull that heel down. Front, back, front, back, front, back. Smile. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Front and back. This one I go around the shoulder. Other side. This one feels like a cross unwind. Plie, back, plie, back, plie, back. Other side. Plie, back, plie, back, plie, back, cross unwind. Yeah! You're gonna keep those shimmies going. Plie shimmy. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did you get it? 1, 2, 1, 2. With the shimmy and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, grapevine would last a little longer. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Did you get it? Front, back, front, back, front, back, and switch the side. Front, front, front. Switch the side. Shimmy. 2, 3. Switch the side. Small, tiny, so much better. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and switch the side. 1, 2, 3, and other side 2 more times. Front, middle, back. Front, middle, back. Front, middle, back, and cross. Other side. Front, middle, back. Front, middle, back. Front, middle, back. Good. Remember, this is no good. If you look in the mirror over there, crossing, your toe must stay forward every front step. So if you see my foot in the mirror here, when I go, I'm stepping forward and toes front. I start over, forward and front. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Did you get it with the shimmy? Other side. If I do it, and I bring my body out of alignment, it's not going to happen. Right? 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, other side. Front. 2, 3, other side. And out. 1, 2, 3, other side. Last time. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, dancers, you are doing a great job. It is not easy to get those choo-choo shimmies in there. And the one that's even a little bit harder, excuse me, in the plie shimmy is the choo-choo shimmy. So onto the choo-choo, a choo-choo, a whoop-whoop, choo-choo. Okay. We touched on it just a little bit, and if you really wanted to, like giving yourself like a little chair or a little stool here would be maybe something that you want to bring out into your dance space. Because right now, or even touching out on a wall, there's nothing wrong with having something that's going to check your balance. Because what happens is, in my personal philosophy of dance, we begin at the bottom. It's like building a house, right? So we want to make sure, and that's why I always talk about it, that the feet have just the right position so that you may not know why exactly, but for the first place, after the foot, we have the ankle. And it's very traditional or easy to be new to dance and have that ankle spot be very, very, very weak. And the key point here where we need to strengthen as being new is we need to strengthen through the forced arch position, okay? So what is that position? Well, I can tell you what it is not. And it is not a flappy fish foot that hangs under your body. You knew that though. You knew that because that's what you come to find out, is that we're not using our feet like floppy fish feet. So if my weight, and you can stand here for a moment and make an experiment. So your foot can touch into the ground, well, like I can lean against the wall here, and it can have a pressure point of what is inside the foot or something that feels outside the foot. Now notice, as soon as I go to where my pinky toes are, the foot kind of bends up and out, and that's comparable to a fish rotting. A rotten fish. Disgusting, right? It's probably stinky too. So we're not really wanting to give out that kind of characterization, not yet, I don't think. So we want to shape up that fish-footed line, that cracked, broken line, and we want to make that line very sophisticated by doing something that is specific and intentional, which is specifically pushing the ball of the foot into the ground. Did you hear me? Push the ball of your foot into the ground. It's as simple as that. But maybe the hard part is you can't always have me being ridiculous in your ear, but that's why you come to class, so that you can hear it over and over, and then you're going to establish it deep into the body through a muscle memory that you're going to have. And it is so important because we can't do the choo-choo unless we don't make fish feet, right? So that was me doing my fish foot, and then I have to fall down. So typically in a beginner level 1 class at the Los Angeles Bellydance Academy, I try to actually consider level 1 being that flat-footed position. Because for me, we're not ready to graduate to different styles and different movements, which I happen to enjoy and like a little bit better than those ones. But in the beginning, we have to stay down here and work on just the first level. So getting over to the next level, all of keeping the weight on the balls of the feet is all about squeezing the inner thighs. I want you to imagine that you would take like a tennis ball and you put the tennis ball between your legs, and then you want to actually, and I know it's not possible, but you want to pop that tennis ball. Okay, so that every time you engage your feet to the floor, you're squeezing your inner thighs together in right where the legs meet the trunk of the body. And now the last part of this is to do this position in like a chair, or I'll call it a forced arch. The forced arch actually refers to more of the feet and ankle position, but what this is going to do is free up my hips to move. Now, my hips are moving not because I'm moving my hips, but because I'm very relaxingly stomping my feet down into the ground. The relaxing part is what I mean in my joint, in my hip. There's no tightness, there's no contraction, there's nothing. It's still, and I mean by my hips up here, right? Like I'm not gonna squeeze. I'm gonna sit down in this chair position. See how my back can't be curved? I'm gonna sit down as if it was a chair, and I'm sitting, I'm tucked in and I'm sitting, and each time my foot goes down into the ground and I change my weight, that little bit of change of weight is going to change how my hips are relating to the rest of the body. So basically, with each little tap down on the floor, I can do my movement. Now, I have the nice, unique challenge of standing over here and not trying to sound like a herd of cattle all on my own. That's just something I'm trying to do to present well. But if you're at home right now, I think that I would actually suggest get some good tapping down going on, because that really means that you're connecting nicely with the earth. So we're going to tuck our tailbones under, we're going to go like this, we're going to get those choo-choo shimmy going. Now, I know there's those of you that are here with us now, those of you joining, there's going to be a little voice in your head that's going to say, can I continue to do this? Can I continue to do this? And we say, yes, this is what we do on Monday night. We press through. We get through all those shimmies. Tuck it in, here we go. Press it down. Good, let's do a chest slide. Chest slide. Keep going, chest slide. Chest slide. Faster. Good job. Chest circle. Circle while you chest circle. Breathe in, breathe out. Other way. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. I'll give you a little second. Shake it out, 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 shake it out. Good. So we're going to do a circle, twist, circle, twist, circle, twist and go. Circle, twist and go. Circle, twist and go. Circle, twist and go. Do you see that circle? You draw it, twist. Forward, back, twist. Forward, twist and go. Forward, twist and go. Keep going, side to side. Good, let's shake it out, shake it out. We got one more round, you think we got it in us? All right, 2-2, here we go. Side to side. Circle. Side to side. Circle back the other way. Again, side, side. Around. Side, side. Don't give up, keep going. You can make it through. We'll do it 2 more times. Keep going. One more time. Keep breathing. And all the way up. Oh, shake it up. Shake it up. How's that feel? Bringing those really high heels in. Tucking the tailbone under. Giving it a good loose shimmy. Good job, dancers. Woo! Good job. All right. We're going to bring, this class is going to come to an end. I am so honored that you come and spent your evening with me. And I want to let you know that myself and all the other instructors at the Los Angeles Bellydance Academy are here for you. So if you have any requests, if you have any questions, if you want to find out more about the donations that the studio is graciously receiving to help with our teaching staff well-being and our beautiful spaces well-being. So I know a lot of you have asked me how you're going to be able to give, and by liking and subscribing and being a friend of ours, saying on Facebook you love it, maybe a Google review. Those things mean so much to us, and just even, a private message to a friend means so much. We are also providing you other ways to financially contribute. And with our Whole Hearts We accept that, and we just want to let you all know as well, for those of you that have any doubts about financial contribution, please hold. Let's all keep ourselves as safe and as sane and as silly as possible. So I'll help provide some of the silly, but I do feel that right now, in this time of internal self, it's a great time to maybe articulate the body, move the body in very specific ways. So traditionally at the Los Angeles Bellydance Academy, I think we're doing things that are a little bit more silly, but together now on the streams, we're going to be doing all of our body conditioning as much as possible. All right, so with that being said, a nice deep breath comes all the way in. And as you exhale, you're going to move down into your plie. Your hands go on your knees. Relax your toes, stretch side to side. Bring your hips up into the sky, heels go to the back, drop your head over. Take a deep breath in. Let's spiral over to the side. Take a deep breath in. Stretch up. Good. Let's switch over to the other side. Deep breath in. All right. Stay strong. Hold on to your faith in humanity. Remember, turn on some loud music and just dance, right? So I love everybody. Have a good evening.